Hello everybody, welcome to Karol's Art Adventures. Today I'm on an interview with Dora from Naturalvita, and she's going to speak to us about being healthy, our diet and our creativity, how we can use our diet and nutrition to have more creative output. I hope you enjoy the video. Please excuse the wind as this video is outdoors.
Hiya! Today we're making a video about creativity and nutrition. I'm with Dorothy and she knows a lot about nutrition, but I'll let her introduce herself.
Hey guys, Dorothy, but people call me Dora, and I've got a YouTube channel called Naturalvita where I just provide a lot of healthy recipes and where I talk about keeping fit and just travel as well. So that's what I'm about.
And she has a book about it as well, don't you, Dorothy?
Yeah, the book is called Eat for Beauty. It's a little bit cliche, but it's actually really true, because when you eat good food, you'll be beautiful inside and outside, not just outside but also inside. So,
great. That sounds very exciting. I didn't mean that sarcastic.
It is exciting actually.
No, it is exciting. But yeah, back to the subject of point anyway, creativity and nutrition. Do you have any thoughts on that?
Yeah. Basically, it's quite simple. So there are acid-forming foods and there are alkali-forming foods. Or in another way to put it is there are mucus-forming foods. You know when you have a cold and you get this snot coming out, the mucus basically, that produce mucus in the body, and then you got foods that do the opposite, that are good for the body, that are good for the cells. Now if you eat foods which are mucus forming or acid forming, for example white sugar, table salt, white flour products, a lot of gluten, so you eat a lot of gluten as well, dairy, animal products, all of these foods are acid forming in the body, and they can really produce so much toxicity that it clouds your thinking, it clouds your mind, it clouds your ability to be creative, because you are not light inside. And I think to be creative personally, you need to be light, you need to feel free in your mind, you need to feel free in your head, and these foods unfortunately don't help with that.
Yeah, because like a lot of artists would say that there's a certain level you're emotionally involved in making a piece of art. So if you're already clouded emotionally, so your mind and your body affect your emotions as well, and how you eat, I think, affects your emotions. If you're heavy, it affects your emotions. So if you eat healthily, giving yourself the best chance to create from the best possible viewpoint.
Yes, and what you mentioned about the food influencing your moods. For example, serotonin, which is a kind of hormone, happiness hormone, is produced in the gut. So if you are not eating enough good bacteria, for example, so good bacteria comes from like fresh fruit and vegetables. You can get it from fermented foods and things like that. If you've got a lot of the good bacteria in your gut, that means you're producing a lot of the good healthy happiness hormones, which then make you feel great, and hopefully that can in turn also help you to be more creative. So the way you eat actually really does affect your thinking, the way you feel, the way you act in a way as well. So it does really affect.
Like it has to, because when you think about it, if you're having a bad day, like you come home and you just want to sit around and maybe eat crisps or something, it does affect, and then you don't feel any better for doing it.
You feel more clouded and you feel more sluggish and less vibrant, and you just think, what's the point? But the point is, you gotta eat well, you gotta carb up, like one of the girls on YouTube said. But anyways,
what?
Carb up, carb yourself, eat carbs.
Yeah.
Because carbs, if you eat the right kind of carbs, then you're treating yourself to the best that it can be, really. So,
and what are the right kind of carbs?
Carbs are carbs that nature provides, really. Like once you start to process carbohydrates like white sugar, white flour products, empty foods I call them, because they contain no nutrition, most of them have no fiber in them. You need fiber to get things moving out of your body. And a lot of the processed foods don't have fiber, don't have nutrition, and they're empty foods. So you want to keep eating them because they don't fill you up, because they never provide you with the nourishment that you need. So basically the right carbs are if you can, eat raw fruits and vegetables. If you eat raw food rather than cooked food, once you cook your food, especially if you cook vegetables, you are starting to kill the vitamins, the minerals in them. The enzymes die immediately because they are very heat and light sensitive, and the antioxidants die immediately as well. And you need these stuff because they really help you. They feed your cells with the right kind of nutrients. So that's why I recommend eating as much raw food as possible during the day. But if you are sensitive to eating raw food, because some people can't digest it that well, then you can lightly steam your vegetables, and that's also good because you're not killing everything. So you can steam your food, eat lots of raw food during the day, have salads, have smoothies. If you can, ferment some of your foods. It's really simple. I've made lots of videos on that. So you can ferment your foods. What else can you do? You can even...
But like if you're starting off, like, and you know, you don't know where to start, like, you know, how would you recommend to start healthy, improve your own self-awareness and your own creativity? You're using that healthy eating as like an access to that. How would you start?
Well, the way that I started about 2 years ago was to cut down on animal products in general. So to be honest, now I don't eat mostly animal products. I have eggs sometimes, but I try and stay away from eating animal protein because I feel like this stuff doesn't help my body to be the best it can be, because it's acid forming, like I mentioned earlier. And I can get all of the protein and all of the nutrients from plants without hurting any animals, without hurting the environment. So but that's a personal choice. I'm not saying anybody should do that, but I think for me it really helped.
There's a lot of ways of doing things, and if you like, lots of people don't want to give up meat, and I totally get that. Like,
we're not saying you should give up meat.
But you know, we're talking about making small changes that will kind of alter you, and then slowly make the changes. And when you're ready to make bigger changes, you can or you can't. You can choose for yourself. But but if you are going to eat meat, I recommend eating like
minimize,
but eat organic.
Eat organic, that's it's all about making small changes. That's the best thing you can do. So rather than eating just the conventional factory grown meat, which again you can eat organic, which is definitely a good step. And then try to eat lots of fruit and vegetables, I'd say. Like I have a smoothie almost every morning, a green smoothie. So this is my way of getting, you know, the foods that you try and avoid, like kale or spinach or stuff like that. You can put them in your smoothies along with some fruits, and then it becomes a really delicious drink that you can drink, and you're feeding your cells with what it needs. So I recommend having green smoothies in the morning. They are like, for me, that was one of the best things I ever did, having a smoothie in the morning. And then salads and whole foods.
Having salads with your meals.
Salads with my meals as well, exactly. Having whole foods rather than processed foods. So
like we were saying, like swapping things as well.
Yeah,
like
that's a good advice.
Swapping maybe white rice for brown rice. Swapping maybe you know, rather than buying chips, you could actually just cook sweet potato or something. Just
and they're delicious.
And then, you know, you'll find that the food still tastes as good, but you're still getting the benefit of, you know, eating something healthy, and you won't feel lethargic or heavy after eating.
Exactly.
You know, you'll have more energy for yourself.
For sure.
More output and more creativity. That's what we're all
and you will
about.
feel you'll look much better as well. Trust me, it does affect the way you look as well. I mean, I know it sounds superficial, but trust me, we will look good. And honestly, food really affects the way we look, because if you eat healthy, your skin will start to improve, you will start glowing, you will, like Karol said, you'll feel more vibrant, you'll have more energy, and generally
and you'll come from a more positive place to do it. You'll want to do it. You won't feel to yourself, oh, what's the point of doing it? There's loads of artists out there. You'll just be like, I'm going to do it. Come on, I can eat healthy, I can make art, I can do it all.
Yeah, man, you can. It's possible. It's so possible. And your cells, we were saying this earlier as well, the more you eat good stuff, your cells will start craving the good food that you're eating. So a lot of people say, well, it's really difficult and it's not possible because I'm going to always crave the bad food. But actually, when your new cells start to regenerate, which I was telling Karol, our body regenerates itself every year, our complete body, apart from the skeleton, but just our outer body. And when
Not
you,
even the heart, actually.
the heart as well, yes, after about 2 weeks, the cells in the heart regenerate themselves. So these new cells will basically start to crave the good stuff if that's what you give them from the start. So the food you eat become the building blocks of your new cells, and that's what they will start craving. They'll either crave the rubbish that you've given them earlier, or the good stuff that you've given them. It depends what they're made of really. So it's not that difficult. It's not that difficult. You just gotta do it.
And
gotta
the
do
thing
it.
is, like, it's not to be too hard on yourself, because, like Dorothy said, it took her 2 years to get to where she is today.
Yes, and I'm still not perfect. Trust me.
Yeah,
I'm still eating my croissants and stuff. I still love my croissants.
and I'm still developing and learning in this way as well. But you have to be kind of give yourself a break as well, and realize that you're trying to do something good, and that you have to stick with what it is. If you want to do it, you have to just stick with it. And yes, there'll be times when you will eat something maybe that you shouldn't, but that's all right. Just get back on the horse and keep going. Everyone has days or moments where they don't really want to eat healthy, and then
That's
but
fine.
you try, you do your best on any day. Isn't that it?
Exactly.
Like, what do you do?
I forgive myself, and I try not to take it too seriously and make a big deal out of it, because there's 360 days in a year, and there will be bound to be days when you don't eat so right, or where you just want to enjoy your time with other people and maybe eat what they eat, which might not be so healthy, but that's okay too, I think. As long as I think the most important thing is up here. If you need to be kind to yourself, because we are our greatest enemy. We criticize ourselves the most, and you gotta start praising yourself for little things that you do, and you gotta say, I do that all the
I'm
time.
big on that,
Well done, Dorothy. I tell myself, well done, you've done a really good job, because we are greatest critics, so we
Like,
need to be our
these
greatest
are
praisers.
little achievements as well. You make this food in the morning. Well done, you made it.
Exactly.
You make a piece of art. Well done, you've done it.
That's
You've done
it.
a sketch, or you've done whatever it is you want to do. So this video is about using the tools to empower yourself and to be creative the way you want to be.
That's right.
Part of that is eat healthy and eat nutritiously, and being kind to yourself.
So
Pat yourself on the back.
Pat yourself on the back. Yeah, that's it. It's not just about the food you eat. You also have to just your mind, your thinking has to, like Karol said, you've got to be kind to yourself. You've got to be kind to the people around you, and try to be also with the right kind of people, because they can inspire you also to be creative. They can also inspire you to be the best that you can be. So it's not just about food. It's also about the right inputs, which can be the right people, the right food, of course.
And they will inspire you to eat healthy. If they see you eating healthy, they might eat healthy too. They'll be like, oh, you're giving them.
Maybe yes, maybe no. I remember with my boyfriend, at the beginning, he was completely against it.
Was it?
Yeah, he was like, oh no, this is another phase she's having. Now she's into this, and that sort of thing. But now, almost 2 years later, he actually thanked me, and he said, Dorothy, thank you so much for showing me how to eat healthier, and for just helping me to see the connection between food and my well-being, And I thought, I was so happy, because at the beginning I was really doubting myself, and I thought maybe I'm not doing the right thing, or I wasn't sure, and I really felt like, should I just not? But the important thing is to not push it on people. Let people be, and don't force your viewpoint on others. Just accept them for where they are, but at the same time share with them what you've got. If you can, share it with them. Say, look, I made this, do you want to try it?
Well, like
off topic, actually.
Anyway, off topic, but I think somehow it is quite connected. I think because like eating well and wanting to eat well for your creativity and your well-being is so important. Is part of the journey. So I'm really glad that we have touched on this actually today. And if you want to look into this more, Dorothy has a channel, so feel free to have a look at her channel. I'll leave a link below. And Dorothy, has anything to say?
No, thank you so much for watching this video, guys, and just for showing an interest, because the food that we eat really does become what we are later, so it's important. It's important.